Hello and welcome back to Let's Play Folklore. We're going to be continuing the chapter with Ellen. Now, since we have found out something that may or may not be a memento, let's just go to the completely different direction, because this is JRPG.
Mm-hmm. Never go where you're supposed to.
This is why she was so upset the last time.
Say what now?
Yeah, he was very unhappy throughout a lot of his life. Probably ever since that incident of 17 years ago. That's cool. That's not cool.
That is not okay.
What do you
Scarecrow's
have?
just here to have a good time.
You're terrible.
Yeah.
I just speak to Cousin It and be on to our quest. Maybe he went by, but she didn't notice. I mean, he is invisible. How do you know he's not just sitting there naked?
Right. Probably is.
Connecting the controller with the USB so it doesn't die.
Indeed. And then talking to Cosmetic.
Yeah, same thing. But yeah, I like that they did actually bother to implement multiple things for people and folks to say in every chapter at different points in the story. It makes it worth to check everything out, even though they don't give you anything. Let's see the medical records. Nope.
The
Let's
spirit
see
world
the...
does not care about your medical records. Oh, hi, Keats.
Oh, he's concerned.
It's okay, I'm an investigative reporter. I know this shit. He totally just stole those records.
Totally. Not in this country. Have you seen sun in this country?
Seriously.
What is this place? It's familiar, but so melancholy.
Man, she can jump.
So
Have you
Herb
seen
just
that?
kind of walked into the spirit world.
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
That place totally looks, you know, with the sun and no clouds and not dirty sea.
How the fuck did Herb get in there?
That will be
He's a
explained.
messenger.
It'll be explained in the Keats chapter, I'm sure.
I like how Scarecrow's just kind of waiting for her. I called you here, Ellen. Why do you think I'm fucking standing here?
It's been ages. I've been waiting here for ages. There isn't even a fucking Xbox or something.
Makes sense. That's really sad.
This is also the reason why Harvey said that he was going to go to the bottom of the sea, so nobody would actually worry about him. Because then he's going to be forgotten forever. You know, like people in Type 0.
Ouch. I just love watching Scarecrow. I don't know why.
Change
Just
cloaks.
so happy.
Hmm.
Hey, look, now you're a Lord of the Rings character.
Totally. Against Destroy and Slash Elemental. Too bad there isn't a single Destroy Elemental monster in this level. That is actually a fact, and it's actually pretty... it leads to a very bizarre... a very bizarre sort of information in one of the picture books. Because there is a certain folk that needs to be damaged by Destroy Elemental folks, but there isn't a single one in this level. So it's the only case where they actually use a picture of a folk from a different realm. But yeah, this place is wonderful. I mean, look at this.
Ugh. Fucking the fairy guys are here already?
So what's the good news?
That is awful news.
Canine folks, aka the biggest assholes in the entire game.
Fun.
Coosefs.
I'm gonna start calling them cooties.
Be free, they're assholes to me. That's just general knowledge. But yeah, this is one of those other things that this game did, which was absolutely impossible on the previous systems. I mean, look at all of this prettiness. I was also wondering, because I just remembered what was the element that the little assholes caused. And I was thinking that maybe the fairy realm cloak would prevent it, but no, sadly it does not. All of these corals and sea plants and everything. It's so pretty.
I mean, it's a step up from the 80 million shades of brown from the previous one.
Exactly. And they were actually smart enough to not blur everything out with bloom. They've actually... like, this game is one of the smartest ones to actually use that effect. Where it's, like... because a lot of the games from that era just used bloom as sort of a checklist thing. Well, we need to have lighting effects, shadows, bloom. Why do we need bloom? I don't know. But we need to have it. Like, this one actually used it very smart. As in, not on everything. Yeah, that's a good question. $5,000 years ago.
Plot twist, the Fairy Lord broke it.
I would much
Or
rather
else.
just spend my time next to those fishies. Just love the amount of detail they put into it.
When are we gonna meet Ariel?
We're just zapping her
Oh my.
and her ugly little sisters.
How mean. Ass. It absorbed.
They're pretty annoying to deal with because for mooks, they take a lot of hits,
Notice.
but they get taken care of with free piglies. So that's what I'm going to be doing for the most part.
You do sure love your Piggly.
Piggly is amazing, and you know it. But yeah, the way they work is essentially they just thrust forward very slowly. Is it well, not exactly slowly, but not the best of the attacks, and you have to be in a straight line of something in order to actually use them. So on a lot of occasions, they're just kind of unreliable. Go, Piggly. Finish them off.
Makes me wonder how you're able to... well, DFO does it. I was just gonna ask, how can you walk and breathe in this place?
It's Netherworld, so...
You're already dead, so technically you don't breathe.
Exactly. And these are the guys that they were talking about, the assholes.
Oh, that.
And also that happens randomly. I think it only happens when the assholes are around, although they don't actually have that attack. What they do, what he does around there is actually charm, and the main problem with them is that they can only be successfully damaged, like, you know, with popping out the head and you absolute asshole. Like, this is what I mean, they take too many hits for just a mook. But yeah, they're weak to traps. And traps we only have one of. And it is this one.
That thing we've never used.
Exactly.
Ever. Jesus.
And here you will see why.
Wow.
It takes so much magic, and I cannot summon the second one. Until this one just does not stop existing.
That is terrible.
Thankfully, he disappears the moment the thing actually appears within the reach.
Idiot absorbed.
Yes. But yeah, that's... And you're going to be attacked by teams of up to 10 of those.
Your job sounds fun.
But thankfully they do provide you with a much better... with a thing that fights them in a much better way. much more reliable. Which I believe actually, yeah, it's here where they live. Yeah, these guys. Now they have some very bizarre invincibility periods. Because they sometimes can't get damaged by anything. Electricity, sadly, isn't one of its weaknesses. It's they're actually supposed to be damaged by destroy elemental monsters, and if you damage them with destroy elemental monsters in the right moment, they can be damaged with pretty much anything. Slash doesn't do anything against them, at least in this state. I think maybe the electricity was doing something against them, but it's like it does not pop out very far. And they're completely invulnerable when they're in the sand. And now they're actually vulnerable to everything.
All you have to do is knock them on their ass.
Yeah. Just like with regular crabs. You don't actually need to defeat all of them, but I just wanted to do that for the sake of if there was an item, which there usually is. And you never know, something may just show up just because we're fighting those.
As they tend to do.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, monsters in this realm are really, really, really bulky. They take up a lot of hits. There's one particular one that is technically unkillable if you're fighting it the wrong way, and it's not even like resistant to everything. It just won't die. And here is the halfway point. Here is the mini boss of this level. He's essentially a superpowered Omega who can use.
That's terrifying.
Mm-hmm. He's pretty awesome. As you'll see in a moment, probably.
So of course you send the pigs after him.
Of course. He can use Missile Sword.
Jesus.
Yes. And it works exactly the same way for you. Very nice. Toro. Go, my piglies.
This is sad. This is really sad to think of.
Piglies are powerful.
They are, but like, Jesus.
And they auto-target, which is the best. And this is a balancing one.
Huh. That. Huh.
It went pretty fast this time around, but it's not always that. It's not always that straightforward.
Well, freaking equip him and upgrade him, man.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to do in this next section. Because it's actually pretty feasible to upgrade him very quickly.
Funny how the folks weak to traps are trap elements.
No, actually, he's... the one that's weak to trap is actually a charm element.
Oh.
Yeah, and that's what makes it... actually, all of the effects work pretty much exactly the same. It's just like the matter of what the enemy is resistant to, because all they do is stop them, and in case they are weak, they will you know, pop out their ids, usually instantaneously.
Time to see what Frax can do.
He works pretty well in combination with Piglies, which is very, very important.
Of course.
And here is the electric variation of the fiery buttfish.
Fucking electric butt flower. Jesus.
Yes.
Is it every bit as good as the fire one?
No.
Aw.
It essentially, it's a little bit too slow and kind of hard to aim. Like for kids, the fiery buttfish is amazing simply because of how fast it is. Alan doesn't use them in such a way. They're incredibly annoying as enemies, and if you're fighting off against multiple of them, and you get yourself cornered, it's over. An example of this is gonna be here.
Nice. Getting electrocuted is not so nice, though.
Yeah. Go, my minions! See? That's what they do, and they have extremely long range for something so damaging. And they have no regard to you whether or not you have enough place to run. Thankfully, they don't actually take that much punishment before they die. And from this point onwards, I just kind of do these two sections a couple times before I level up everything. See, she's totally aerial. They're really ugly puppies. Answer, I don't believe, is something we have encountered yet, and we're not going to encounter it in this world either. But yeah, what I do now is I just run back and forth between the two places until everything levels up.